So there's another indication that you can use for volume, and that is the potential climax of an uptrend, top of an uptrend, or bottom of a downtrend. So we're back to Twitter on the daily time frame. Nice indication here. So look at this spike in bear volume after that big gap down. Highest volume we've seen in a very long time, and that was the bottom. That was the bears exhausting themselves to the downside, and then the bulls showed up and ran with it for 3 weeks. Huge gains for the bulls, and that volume climax was one of the indications that we might be at a bottom. Now, same thing to the opposite side. Bulls see a very strong run. They're up at the top, on fire. Big spike in volume, highest volume we had seen since that bottom volume, and that was the top. That's the bulls tiring themselves out to the upside, exhausted, and then the bears step in and knock the price down for the next 2 weeks. So volume climaxes at the top of an uptrend or the bottom of a downtrend can signal a reversal. And again, I won't use that alone as an indication. I need other indicators to be lining up to tell me the same thing. But it's definitely a nice tool to have in your tool belt to be able to use to time an entry and an exit. So an analogy that I like to use for volume is essentially a car. Let's say the price is a car and the volume is acceleration. As you're approaching resistance, let's say the resistance is a roadblock, you want to see an increase in volume for the car to be accelerating to bust right through that resistance level and continue up to the upside. If you were to see decreasing volume on that move to the upside, as we saw here on M, that means the car is slowing down and it's unlikely we're going to break through that resistance roadblock, and there's when that pullback occurred. So that's a little analogy that I like to use to have that stick in your brain, the ramp up on volume, acceleration for the bulls, and if it's decreasing, that is deceleration and more likely of a trend change. So those are the 3 main indicators that I use when trading here on the charts, and again, I will use them on the daily, the weekly, the 5-minute charts, depending on the time frame of my trade. If I'm going to be trading longer term, the weekly and the daily have more weight. If I'm day trading, the daily chart and the 5-minute chart have more weight, and they are really good indicators along with the price action and candlestick shape on when to enter and exit the trade.